It is my privilege to be sitting in front of these visionaries who have the power to really conquer mountains. No one ever thought Funasia and Azad could come together. And this has happened. The community is enjoying and the community is waiting to see what is in store. So here we have the trio, CEO of Perfect Group Sam Thakkar, the CMO of Perfect Group Vaishali Thakkar, and the founder and CEO of Radio Azad, Azad himself. Hi. Hi guys.
Hi,
You
Navneeta,
are
how are you?
looking
Navneeta, how are you?
lovely today, and I know the entire community is here looking forward to a lot of things. But Sam, we'll start with you because I know you were not born with golden spoon in your mouth, but things have really taken loads of strides. One from just being an employee in a corporate world to perfect tax to real estate and now Funasia. How has this journey been?
So I think, Navneeta, that's a great question. Everything, particularly what the journey has started, from day one, when I landed in US, I always had been taught, or I've always learned to dream big. And over a period of years, what I have done is, taken every opportunity and every challenge as a positive thing in my life, and I've always worked hard for it. And luckily, I've been surrounded by with a great team, great people, Vaishali, and now Azad, and even you, Navneeta, and the entire management team of Funasia. So I think over the years, with the continuous, strive to do better and improve, has made ourselves into where we are today.
Awesome. And you have your better half. We call it the better half, but Sam dreams and all those dreams come true because you work so closely, the people's person that you have. I've never seen a boss being so popular with the employees because people love you. And then I also know you're a great mom. You have two adorable daughters, and they have never not had home cooked food a single day. How do you make this balance happen between work, so strongly supporting your husband, and then your kids?
So I would say it's a great journey so far, and I'm enjoying it. I don't like to sit without the work. Let me put it that way. I personally feel that a hard-working woman is not something easy, but when you are working with something with your desires, when you have something to achieve in your mind, then you put your all strength into it and you try really to make it successful. So that is what I'm doing. I personally feel that this is the great journey with the kids, with the work, with the business, and also sometimes my personal enjoyment. All these things, if I put in one bucket, I personally feel that it's very much required to have a family support. So Sam is very generous to be able to help me in every single way, and my kids as well. And I personally feel that I just want to work hard to achieve the success, to make sure that what we are here, what we want to be, and how exactly this journey would be in the future. It's a great dream, it's a great desire, and I want to make sure that as a family, as a team of husband, wife, and kids, we are successful. So that's the motto, and we just want to achieve that motto. So I don't think so anything is hard as long as your instincts are positive, as long as you know that what you want to achieve. Everything it becomes easy at that time when you have something in your mind and you pursue towards that direction.
And we have such great anchors like both of you.
Thank you.
Moving on to Azad. Azad, bol ke lab azad hai tere, and the amount of people you have touched. You have this gift of the gab, not only that, the gift of to really analyze and know people. And you just touch them at the levels that I would call you a philosopher and a guide. Will that be wrong?
Well, that's a tall claim, and but I was just a commoner when I was growing up. I had a lot of limitations, physical ailments, and a lot of other things. I had stammering, I had ADHD, I had dyslexia, I had asthma growing up. So I had no idea about this thing called mind over matter, but I still believed in few things when I was growing up. So that the part of the world that I was in, I always thought that I'm going to travel the world, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it was so deeply ingrained in my subconscious level that everything that I've ever dreamed of has come true at this point of time in my life. And sitting with Vishali and Sam, I think they're very well accomplished people and in a lot of fields in life. But I am not a very accomplished person. What I believe is that I'm a constant struggler. I keep working on things that I believe in. And the most important part is the only thing that I've ever created that I can be proud of and I can say very proudly with is Radio Azad. The concept of Radio Azad and where we are taking Radio Azad slowly and gradually with every step that we are taking.
The community is excited about this collaboration. I mean, had you ever thought, Azad, because you started with Perfect Acts, and when you took over Funasia, and I being a part of the previous Funasia team as well, I knew that you guys were a Perfect Acts team, but not a media team. The community also thought the same. But the vision, Sam and Vaishali, that you have about media is mind-blowing, because nobody had ever imagined media in America like you have. So I would like to know that what was it that you thought that you want to get media into media?
So first thing, obviously, media is a very strong medium to reach and touch a lot of people, a lot of community, in my opinion. When this opportunity presented up and when we were discussing with previous team and previous owners, I felt that this would be an exciting medium for us to be able to, connect with this large community of South Asians. And also at that time, when we brainstormed, we also looked at what the media could be in future. Because today there is not a single media outlet which can say that it connects in every stream. That includes digital, that includes broadcast, that includes radio, that includes TV or video on demand or OTT. And that is when the idea was born, that what if this strong brand of Funasia, which is a brand today that includes the movie theaters, to the events, to the concerts, to the magazine, to the to the radio. What if this evolves as a true diversified platform? And rather than being a radio channel, rather than identifying as a radio channel, we become a true media company, which connects this community of 6 million South Asians in US and globally beyond that, and make this as a big connecting point for all these 6 million South Asians to connect with each other. And that's where the idea and the vision was born. And this idea and vision has kept taking over the period of years or over the period of months, has kept shaping itself and evolving. That today, initial our thoughts was that we would reach this epitome or this vision in next 3 to 5 years. But today, with the great team which is coming along, including you, Navneeta, and Vishali, and Azad, and everyone, and Dheeraj joining us as Chief Operating Officer from ZTV side, we feel that we are now shaped up and staffed to take this concept to that point. Instead of 3 to 5 years, I feel that we will very easily reach that position or point within less than a year now.
Wow, that's amazing to know. And Azad, you have your radio happening for such a long time. Did you think all this digital and the TV and associating to all of that, in your vision, was that in your mind ever?
See, once there is a difference between thinking of a businessman and a creative human being. So to me, all my relationships, if I think of this thing that I do, this is my solely purpose, whatever I'm doing. If I think of it as a business proposal or a prospect, I would ask a businessman to take care of that side. I believe in meritocracy. If you're great at something, I will always give that part to somebody who is good, better than me in that. So that's where Sam comes in. So as a business, I always thought about all these things. I thought about syndication ahead of time. Like I used to, one of my friends used to listen to Kid Credit. And his syndication was, I think, in about 16
stations, 16 markets.
So when he listened to my show and the way we were doing that show, my show right now is being listened to in 106 countries. And it's on TV also, it's on YouTube, it's on Pakistani TV channels also. So I could think about this 10 years ago, about doing a syndication and reaching all Desis who can understand Urdu and Hindi. Predominantly, the language of the show is Urdu and Hindi, and 4 or 5 other regional languages also that we speak. But this idea of I wanted to meet not a businessman but a man. So business is being a businessman, it's a trait, it's a skill. You can develop it or you are inheriting that thing once you were born. So Sam had that. But a man to me is who has a vision and has a plan.
And
has
also
a
the
heart,
soul.
And has a heart to pursue that plan also. And secondly, he owns his word. Whenever he says something, so Sam had the business side of it, the businessman part of it, and the man part of it also. And then I met Vishali ji also. So the kind of combination that they have, I got exactly what I wanted to collaborate with, to be partners with, and I'm a huge proponent of coexistence and let people live their life the way they want to. And then it's about, I always wanted to create in my head an environment because I'm from the army. The background is from the army. I've served the army for 13 years. We all believed in an environment that in which a regular person can do good and a gifted man can do wonders or woman. It's the same thing.
So army man with a heart of Azad, it is a very rare combination.
See, the thing is, when we were growing up, I joined army because that was the thing that they inculcate in you. Survival instinct, the discipline, the punctuality, leadership qualities, spirit decor, all those things. When I was growing up, I could see it in one of my cousins. So I just went to the army because of that. And later on, I realized that I'm a poet at heart. So somehow all of that is good, great. I learned a lot, but then I had to do something else also. I have to grow out of it, and I have to travel the world. I did my MBA, and though I've been doing radio for 12 years, I didn't have formal education in broadcasting, but still slowly and gradually I built on it. And then I trained my whole team as radio programmers. So I believe in learning the thing first and then doing and going to do wonders with it.
So of course the collaboration, because everybody, you and both of you have the same thought, that learning while growing, and you have learned on your jobs, the different ones that you have done, and without formal education many times you have learned to be the CEO.
See, for both of us, the money and the rest of the things are byproducts. So we're just trying to learn, trying to create something. We are just in a process of creating something good for the community. Where we are trying to get everybody together. ये हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई से ऊपर होकर सोचना है हमको. ये कास्ट क्रीड कलर इन तमाम चीज़ों से ऊपर होकर इन्फॉर्म्ड डिसीजन बनाने के लिए आपको लोगों के साथ डायलॉग करना पड़ता है. वो जब हम बड़े हो रहे थे तो दे यूज्ड टू से ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना, ऐसे नहीं कहना. उसकी वजह से हमारी जहन बढ़ ही नहीं सका और हम बात ही नहीं एक दूसरे की सुन पा रहे. So जब हम ये discussions करेंगे, and that's why I always came up with the Azad thoughts also along the way. An intellectual discourse has the ability, has the power to change the course of our lives. So all we want is, अगर हम आपस में मिलकर बैठ सकते हैं, वो इंडिया के हैं, पाकिस्तान का हूँ, वो हिंदू है, मुस्लिम हूँ, यही बातें होती हैं ना लोगों के जहन में. और अगर हम सब मिलकर कर सकते हैं, मीडिया में हम रेडियो में साथ हैं, हम आगे टेलीविजन सैम की बहुत ज़बरदस्त विजन है आगे, उसमें अगर हम सब चल सकते हैं तो बाकी लोगों को क्या प्रॉब्लम है. अगर हम ईदें और दिवालियाँ मना सकते हैं जैसे पहले मनाई जाती थी, अगर हम एक तो उर्दू हिंदी सारी ज़बानें साथ कर रहे हैं, फिल्में जो आप हिंदी की फिल्में बोलते हैं सारी उर्दू की फिल्में एक्चुअली. सो हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हम एक दूसरे के साथ मिले होंगे, लेकिन
तो हम अपने देश से दूर, इतनी दूर हम एक्चुअली वो नगर बसाना चाहते हैं जो हमारे दिलों में है.
मैं ये सोचती हूँ कि rather than religion, it's about human mentality, and हर एक ह्यूमन के अंदर कुछ एथिक्स होने चाहिए, कुछ चीज़ें होनी चाहिए. जो आप कर रहे हो वो किसी के अच्छे के लिए कर रहे हो, अपने अच्छे के लिए कर रहे हो, जिसमें आप एक सेल्फिशनेस नहीं रखते, जिसमें आप ये नहीं रखते कि मुझे किसी के साथ गलत करना है. यू नो, व्हेन यू हैव दैट थिंग इन योर माइंड, देन एवरीथिंग बिकम्स बैड. यू नो, सो अ पर्सन नीड्स टू हैव अ वेरी पॉजिटिव माइंड, not the selfish nature or anything where a person can think that, oh, this is mine, this is, yeah, in business everyone has to be a little bit selfish, we understand that, but किसी को harm करके नहीं, किसी को hurt करके नहीं. That is the biggest thing which we need to understand, and as a family, and after joining hands with Azad, the same thing we saw in him, that इनका मोटो क्या है, इनको क्या करना है लाइफ में, इनको बस सक्सेसफुली आगे जाना है, कम्युनिटी के साथ हाथ मिलाना है, कम्युनिटी को हेल्प करना है. सेम डिज़ायर विच वी हैव एज अ फैमिली, एंड आई थिंक जॉइनिंग हैंड्स इज़ अ फैंटास्टिक आइडिया, एंड वी नो दैट इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी अ लॉन्ग जर्नी, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डू गुड एंड बेटर.
And can you imagine the perfect fit of both the slogan lines? You know, slogan line or mission statement is what actually you believe in the philosophy. So bringing the community together
Where your voice matters.
voice matters.
Absolutely.
So it was already destined to happen.
Yes.
Happen.
It was just the time and space that we were looking for. और एक और चीज़ है जिसके लिए मैं ये जो देखिए पूरे रेडियो का एक फॉर्मेट था, एक मोटो है रेडियो आज़ाद का, लोगों के लिए आसानियाँ पैदा करें, रबाब के लिए आसानी पैदा करें. For those who does not understand Urdu and Hindi, facilitate other human beings and the universe. God will facilitate you. So exactly that is what we are trying to do. And secondly, desi. I don't like it when they say देसी के साथ business नहीं करना है, देसी के साथ रिश्ता नहीं रखना है, देसी से दूर रहना है. भाई आप देसी को इतनी negative connotation में हम लेंगे. So देसी होना can be a benefit. It's a proud moment for us कि भाई हम देसी हैं. So हमारी कुछ values होंगी, हमारे कुछ संस्कार होते हैं, कुछ और कल्चरल चीज़ें होंगी, वो सब चलेंगी. और अब देसी होना अजीब से बन गया है जैसे कोई बुरी चीज़ है.
हम अच्छे
तो जब
लोग
हम बात करेंगे, जब हम आपस में एक दूसरे डिस्कस करेंगे, एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिलेगा जो रेडियो आज़ाद भी देता है, जो फनेशिया भी देता है, और डिफरेंट फोरम्स पे हो रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू एक्चुअली, दैट इज व्हाट इट इज. उसके बाद बाकी की चीज़ें बाय प्रोडक्ट्स हैं सारी, और वो सैम का साइड है. सैम
हम लोग हर वक्त ये सोचते हैं कि इंडिया को ये करना चाहिए, पाकिस्तान को ये करना चाहिए, जिससे साथ में आ जाए. द अमाउंट ऑफ मनी बोथ द कंट्रीज स्पेंड जस्ट इन आर्मी एंड दैट is enormous. If that same money was spent behind the human development, these countries could be the best countries in the entire world. And it's easy always to point fingers कि किसी और को ये करना चाहिए. तो मेरा ये क्वेश्चन रहता है कि किसी और को हम क्यों ऐसा सोचते हैं कि कोई और चालू करे ये चीज़, क्यों नहीं हम इस मोमेंट के लिए एक पार्ट बने. वाई कैन वी नॉट बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस थिंग. मैं हमेशा ये बोलता हूँ कि हम हिंदू हो या मुस्लिम हो, ये हम चूज़ नहीं करते. मैं इंडिया में बॉर्न हूँ या पाकिस्तान में बॉर्न हूँ, ये मैंने चूज़ नहीं किया था. ये मेरे डैड और मॉम की वजह से मैं यहाँ पे हूँ. तो व्हाट वी चूज़ इज हाउ टू बी ह्यूमन, how to take this thing to next level, and how much role you want to play that. Am I one of those person who reads the news or listens to things on media and says that कि आज ऐसा होना चाहिए था, ये गलत किया, ये सही किया. इसकी जगह पे we want to technically be part of this change. We want to contribute to this change. And in my opinion, as Vishali and Azad both mentioned correctly, media is one of the strongest place. The world evolves because of media. आप सोचो fashion, आदमी का सोचना, connectivity, everything evolves
even
because of
what
media.
is going on in the society
Exactly.
is reflected
So
in the
media is a trendsetter for the future generations and the current generation. And we want to play that role of social responsibility. And at the same time, we want to make sure people are entertained. People with that honest thing, and as I mentioned, it's bringing the community together where your voice matters. That is important.
Totally. ये आवाज नहीं थी.
Change is
community.
constant. That's one thing we all need to accept and admit that. If you really see in women's life, we go through so many changes. I can see in my life, I have gone through like 15 years of my journey with Perfect Tax. I have stepped up every single time and changed my portfolio, changed my role, and became CEO of Perfect Tax. Then it's been 2 months since I started Funasia, and became CM of Funasia with my strong background and the experience which I held. And I personally feel that this is something where you sometimes when I go home, you are showing your motherlyhood. Sometimes you are just with your family. You are showing that family care, family love. When you are in business, you are complete professional. When you are in a different business, you have to show that PR level attitude and that natural feelings towards the people, towards the employees. And you have to make sure that you care for the employees and you care for every single client. And so different roles and different activities which you are doing as a woman every single day. I feel that these multiple roles would enhance over a period of years, and then eventually when you become like at the age of certain aspect of thinking that what exactly you have achieved in life, it's just phenomenal. I feel that every woman should tap their back and think that how a proud woman you are that you are able to do this journey so successfully.
More power to you
So,
and more
yes,
power to the
yes,
community
yes,
and all
yes.
those women who are juggling with so many different roles
So
that
true,
they
so
step
true.
into.
I would like to add
We all
one.
need inspirations and motivation.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. See, I learn from almost everyone today. I never have lost an opportunity to learn. I sometimes learn from you, Navneet. I learn from Kami. I learn from Modi, Amreen, and everyone in the management team. Because learning is the only new constant, and change is the only new constant. We are designed to change and evolve. That is the only thing that differentiates us from animals. Animals don't have their instincts. They're designed, programmed such a way that technically they breathe, they eat, they sleep, and that is what they do. Humans are the only animal which are designed to evolve. They can say ये जो हो रहा है सही हो रहा है गलत हो रहा है. What I need to take, if गलत किया तो किसे कैसे इसको correct किया जा सके. We can take corrective actions. So in life, I firmly believe that evolution is the new constant and the change is a new constant.
And this is an involved state of life in Dallas that's happening, and the huge collaboration of Radio Azad and Funasia, and the entire community is very excited about it. And I know your daughter has a very strong opinion, and does her opinion direct you also in many ways?
That's a great question. I think, as I said earlier, and it leads to the perfect, next question, that you learn even from your kids. Learning it happens almost every place. So over the years, my first aspect when I started looking at Funasia as a platform was that my kids, young generations, are not listening or were not the ardent listeners of Funasia. And I started asking myself question that if we are going to become a relevant platform for future generation, what we should be. And our exercise is designed to cater to every age group, every religion, every sex, every region where you belong from, and also every age group. And Funasia is going to evolve, continuously evolve as a platform for millennials, to be a platform for people like us at our age group, between anywhere from 30 to 50 years old, and we'll also cater to people who are above 50 years old. And our goal is to make sure that this platform evolves in multi-direction. We firmly believe when we collaborated with Radio Azad and we said, let's come together, our first aspect was to understand that are we not overlapping each other? Or is there a distinct flavor to it? And when I heard Azad's show and their format, and I realized that they have a distinctive different flavor and a format attached to it, and which caters to different kinds of group of population who are interested, and we don't have the same mood. In my opinion, we watch one day a suspense movie, next day we are in mood for a comedy movie, and a third day we are in mood for drama. Does not makes us specific to, and sometimes we might even watch cartoon movies. So we every day have a different options and different things. So when we were trying to enhance this Funasia brand and platform with multiple offers and choices, that's when I realized that Azad, Radio Azad particularly brings a distinctive flavor to it. And that is how all our thinking, all our evolutions are geared towards that. Right from the magazine to when me and Vaishali sit down with Amreen for programming as a programming director, to Moody as an events director, senior director of events, and the director for marketing, because I also firmly believe that somebody's got to pay for those things. And our advertisers and our sponsors, I cannot forget about them. They are the people who make this happen. So we are also designing our products in such a way that they get the maximum leverage out of our platform, what we are designing.
So the distinct flavor that he's talked about, I need to give a bit of scoop about it also, that what do we do in Radio Azad. So when I started the show, of course, first of all, I need to give the credit where it's due. My show, it started from a 2-hour of show, and then it became a 3-hour of show, and then now it's a whole radio station of 34 programmers, 8 different languages, 4 different countries and religions all together. The vision and the show is 10% of the radio. 90% of the radio, when I say Radio Azad, is Aisha Shafi, my business partner. So she is the one taking care of every aspect, from the vision to taking care of the programmer, the station, the content, everything. So, and now this was our responsibility to give people not just Bol Ke Love Azad Hai, but different radio. I don't want everybody to be talking like Azad. I've got my own way of life, I've got my own style, I've got my own philosophy, but everybody is, if they're all
Distinct.
involved, doctors, engineers, IT professionals are doing radio, so it has to be different. एक तो ये दूसरा ये कि we were trying to develop the aesthetics of Desi community also. Like now I'm into writing plays, getting actors overseas, doing stage plays. Uske baad I'm writing poetry. Then we are thinking of doing a second literary festival, Funasia and Radio Azad literary festival. It will have, it will include stage play, music, concerts, and also at the same time poetry. So these kind of things we are trying to do, and then the films, we are going to dabble into films. We are going to, I'm talking to, we are actually both talking in our countries to trying to somehow connect Radio Azad and Funasia back home also. So my show hopefully is going to be, or there's another show that I'm working on right now to get connected with Radio Azad also. So these are the future plans. But one thing more that we are going to go further with that is the syndication that Sam is working on. And then the vision is not just 6 million people. Initially it's 6 million. I know Sam very well now. So for Sam, million, and then 6 million, and then 10 million, and then the whole 1, 2
World.
million. Everybody who can speak Urdu and
Hindi.
One side of it. Otherwise, he's trying to do something with the English-speaking audience also. So there are 2 billion people in the world, those we can reach and touch. So this is the plan for future, and hopefully we're going to achieve it.
Absolutely.
Inshallah.
So one
Absolutely.
thing I would say that what we want to do, part of the Funasia, is that we want to provide what we have promised. That means our advertisers, the great client pool which we have created right now, and people are just contacting us left and right. But one thing I just want to tell, that now we have statistics to prove that how many listeners we have, how exactly they are going to get the response, all the advertisers. And that is something very unique, because this platform is a very unique platform. Every advertiser should know that how many people are listening, what is their scope of business, how exactly they are going to grow the business, all this essential part of the business. And that is something which Sam has come up with, and all the statistics, and we are able to provide. We don't want to bluff things. We don't want to say something that it will happen, We really want to show the right statistics and tell advertisers. And if something is not working out, then technically we want to get the right feedback from our advertisers, that how exactly we can make it better. So it's about the community. It's about joining hands together with the advertisers, with the essential way of doing the business, and making sure that we all are successful, not just Funasia, but with the advertisers and with the community, we all are successful.
See,
That's a
one
very
thing more,
beautiful
the
point.
collaboration of Radio Azad and Funasia, we've covered all the bases. The advertising is not going to be the way it used to be. Now it's totally covered. As Sam mentioned, there are different ways, there are different means of entertainment. Entertainment for you would be something that I don't think would, my entertainment might
So you
would be
can
something
target
else.
your advertisements.
So now you
Yes.
have, if you want, like media, like the mainstream media, you have different arms now. If you want song and dance and movies and all the fun part and the concerts and everything, then you have got Funasia. And then if you want talks and the rest of the things, informative shows and whatever you need, you want to hear your own voice talking on different subjects and topics, just be a part of Radio Azad. So for the advertisers also, we have 2 different distinct flavors to give them. So and established brands. Funasia being established for 12, 14 years, Radio Azad for 7 years. So we know the brand loyalty also, the brand recognition of both the brands, and it's very safe and result-oriented advertising that is going to be given from this point onwards.
Awesome.
And I would like to add, we will be the only 2 station which very soon, in next 2 weeks time frame, is becoming Nielsen rated station. No other South Asian station today is Nielsen rated in entire US. What that does is, as Vishali mentioned, Azad mentioned, it gives a lot of analytics. It tells advertisers today that how many people were listening to them, which empowers them to technically change their ads, enhance their ads, or improve their ads. Today, Funasia has, along with Radio Azad, has about 1.5 million unique broadcast listeners. And we have about 2 million digital listeners. So combined between this platform, we have about 3.5 million listeners globally, which makes this platform as the single largest and strongest entertainment platform. Our movie theaters today attract about 450,000 people. Our concerts and events attract about 500,000 people into this thing. So Funasia is a full 360-degree platform. It's not about showing you how many spots you got. It's not about for the community what spots you get, because at the end of the day you can get 1,000 spots, but if there are no listeners, that has no meaning to it. If you have one spot but there are 1 million listeners or 3 million listeners, now your voice is reaching to 3 million people. That is what is important. And people, this Nielsen rating proves it is called the gold standard of the media. This Nielsen rating is not only us telling that there are 3 million South Asian listeners, which we have, it is a third party gold standard rating telling the advertisers that how many listeners we have.
और हम दोनों ने मिलके ना और साथ विशाली जी की हेल्प से वो एक मिसरा है बड़ा अच्छा, खुदा का नाम ले लेकर सभी को राम करना है. मतलब हम सब ने जो भी हम बोल रहे हैं ये सब एक तो कोलैबोरेशन नजर आ रही है, कोएग्जिस्टेंस भी नजर आ रही है, रिस्पेक्ट भी एक दूसरे की नजर आ रही है और कम्युनिटी का बेनिफिट भी सबको नजर आ रहा है. तो कोई भी चीज जब आप आसानी पैदा करते हैं ना, तो इफ यू वांट इट फॉर लॉन्गर रन और उसके लिए आप भी कंफर्टेबल हो, आसान हो, ताकि आप दूसरों के लिए आसानी कर सकें. सो इसमें जो बिजनेस मॉडल है वो साइड भी, इसका जो सोशल एस्पेक्ट है वो भी, जो कोलैबोरेशन है बीच में लोगों की और हमारी दो कम्युनिटीज के आपस में, ये दोनों एक जगह पे जब सब आ जाएंगे तो इंशाल्लाह वो जिस पे हम कोशिश करते रहते हैं, ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट दैट एनवायरनमेंट दैट वी ऑलवेज ड्रीम्ड ऑफ. सो इसके बारे में प्रेसिडेंट ओबामा यूज्ड टू से वी आर द मिरेकल्स दैट वी हैव बीन वेटिंग फॉर.
Totally, and when they say that God is one, yes, God must be saying, finally they've come down to one.
So ये जितना भी हमारे जहन का है ना, you need to work on our minds, not conscious mind का effort करके आपने, what are you doing? So everybody is waiting for a Messiah to come and fix the problem, not realizing you might be the Messiah. आप अपना Messiah तो बने ना. So that is what we are trying to do, कि अपने problems को figure out करें, come together, sit down, have a dialogue, एक दूसरे की help out करें. जितने ज़्यादा numbers होंगे उतने आपका ज़्यादा फ़ायदा होगा. जितने ज़्यादा लोगों को आप convince करते हैं, तो फिर खुदा का नाम ले लेकर सभी को राम करना.
So one thing I can say that with two visionary people, me and Aisha ji would implement things and execute things in our level best way, and would make sure that we reach to that level where everywhere you can see only success, nothing else.
Totally. With that, a fun game. If you guys can actually talk, you guys have now known each other and you know the real each other. One thing that best describes Azad for you, Sam.
Azad for me is a thought-provoking, very instinctive, very thoughtful person. That's what Azad for me is.
And for you, Sam?
Sam has so many facets, but because of what I really like him, it's just I think he's got a pure heart. At the end of the day, he wants whatever he has desired and whatever he's planning to, but at the end of the day he wants everybody to be happy with it also and enjoy it too. And the one thing that I envy, it's I always say that I get into relationship with people who are better than me in something. It's his smiling face and his aura, and no matter what happens,
he doesn't let go of himself.
That I really envy, and I think one day I will replicate him on that also.
Well.
And both you gentlemen, this lady of ours, one each from you, what do you think about Vaishali?
I think, वो एक बड़ी मजे की बात है. वो कहते हैं ना कि हर सक्सेसफुल आदमी के पीछे एक औरत का हाथ होता है. हर सक्सेसफुल आदमी के पीछे एक औरत का हाथ होता है. हर अनसक्सेसफुल आदमी के पीछे बहुत सारी औरतों का हाथ. So मेरा
बहुत सारी कहाँ है?
वो आती जाती रहती है. अच्छा, लेकिन मैं ये तो खैर मजे की बात ही, बट विजन होना, प्लान होना, it's good because you are thinking in your head most of the time. एक विजन होती है, आप उसके पीछे, it's आपको धक्का पड़ा होता है. He cannot control who he is himself. ठीक है, लेकिन वो रिजल्ट कौन देगा आपको? बिकॉज आप सोचे चले जा रहे हैं, आप चीज़ें क्रिएट अपने हेड में करते चले जा रहे हैं, ऑन ग्राउंड कौन क्रिएट करेगा?
That's the power couple.
सो ये जो साइड है, विशाली जी की जो साइड है, ये बेसिकली उसको क्रिएट करना, उन्होंने एक इमेज बनाया, एक विजन बनाया, उसको आप क्रिएट करना और उसको चलाना ऑन डेली बेसिस, दैट इज विशाली जी। एंड अगर ये नहीं है आपके पास, तो फिर एक आदमी सिर्फ वो जो पुराने ज़माने के जीनियस थे, पाब्लो पिकासो लोग, और वो लोग अपने आर्ट वर्क क्रिएट करते थे, और आज जो मिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स के उनके आर्ट वर्क बिक रहे हैं, दैट गाय वाज सो पुअर दैट ही यूज्ड टू बर्न हिज पेंटिंग्स इन ऑर्डर टू बी वार्म, यू नो, गेट सम वार्मथ एट नाइट। सो आपको ये समझना है कि अगर आपकी सिर्फ विजन है, आपने चीज़ बना दी है, वो कोई बेचने वाला नहीं है, उसको संभालने वाला नहीं है, उसको अपनी जगह पहुंचाने वाला नहीं। सो मेरे लिए जो मैं सोचता हूँ वो सैम ने वो करना है, जहाँ पहुंचाना है उसको, जो मेरा काम है, और अपना उसका अपनी एक विजन है। बट विशाली जो बेसिकली आयरन लेडी के तौर पे एक हैं जो कि ये सारे काम उनको इम्प्लीमेंट करके देते हैं।
Awesome.
See, in
Sam.
my opinion, you know, and I always say, it's easy to choose. And as Azad mentioned, she's definitely my pillar for operations, and she's one of my strongest partner outside my home and family, who is able to tell me where I go wrong and where I go, you know, correct, in a black and white, you know, for me. She lays it out very, you know, nicely. She lays out my weaknesses correctly in a constructive manner. She lays out my strengths correctly, and that helps me a lot to be able to choose, because unless someone who you trust, who can tell you transparently, you know, you cannot make that decision. I always say it's easy to make a decision between a good and a bad. कि आपको, जैसे आपको दो ऑप्शन दिए जाए कि आपको कौन सी गाड़ी पसंद आती है, आपको you know Honda पसंद आती है या फिर you know Acura पसंद आती है. So now both of them are same company, cars belong to same company, but if given a choice, I would prefer Acura over Honda, right? Even though they manufacture by same company. So that's very easy. That's not a hard choice to make. But when you get two Acuras almost looking identical, with a little bit of difference in the features, and you have to make the decision between two good things, that is where my challenge comes, and that's where she helps me laid out that between these two good things, which is the right one, which should be taken. So in my opinion, as I said, and again, I tell her this on the face, you know, I'm not saying this while I'm this camera, I tell her on the face that, you know, you are definitely my, you know, decision maker when I'm presented with two good things, because I get confused and I am not able to make my decision when I have two excellent things in front of me.
Alter ego हो गया।
Absolutely.
राम मिलाई जोड़ी इसे कहते हैं
Absolutely.
हमारे, and both of you are totally well deserving of each other, I'd say.
Thank you.
And the amount of love Sam has for you, at that I have always seen Vaishali being around you, that both of you just lift each other so much up. And now this one question to you, there's so much of dreams that happen with Sam. He dreams big. What are your dreams?
उसके सपने साकार करना।
Yes. I have one dream that I just want to walk along with him, make sure that the way I have helped, because since 2003, I arrived in the United States. I have never put myself behind as far as helping out or helping in decisions, or making sure that even in a good situation or bad situation, how to walk together. That's something is just it's been great journey, and I personally feel that I want to continue this journey same way, and making sure that whether it's a good time or bad time, I never put myself behind to make sure that we achieve the goals and we achieve the success. And now this is the only thing which I have in my mind. ये जो बोलते हैं ना, जहन में हो गया है वो चीज़ कि बस अब तो सक्सेस ही सक्सेस. So that is what we want to do. As you said, as a power couple, we want to keep this power, keep this momentum going, and making sure that we reach at the heights. And I'm sure that it would happen, because
Absolutely.
so far when we started this journey, it was like very much at the ground level. But if I see 10 years from now, the way we are right now and where we have reached, it's just amazing. It's phenomenal. So if we have received the great success throughout this many years, then definitely in the future also it will be the same. So I have no doubt about it.
No doubt about it as well, because when such dreamers and visionaries are around you and you're part of that group, it all goes together and सब के सब ही उस vision में खिंचते चले जाते हैं.
Thank you.
And now one last message from each of you to the community.
So I would say, I would tell the community one thing. I came in US with 98 cents in my pocket. I tell people that always dream big, put efforts behind it, put vision behind it, and I promise you, even though you might fail sometimes, even though you might stumble a few times, but you'll succeed in life. Success is, success. Somebody can taste success only when you've tried and tested some failures as well along the way. So I strongly recommend the community that, as we have portrayed here, bringing the entire community together. We are children of one God. It doesn't matter what names we give them based on our belief system or based on where we were raised, but come together, work together in harmony, respect each other, love each other. This is a small life. I don't think we have time and effort to pull anyone down in our life. Rather, this constructive togetherness would take us all to next level. In any way we can, our family, or in any way we can help you in this journey along the way, feel free to reach out to any of us in our family, and we'll do everything in our power to maybe be your guide, maybe be your, any way we can take you, help you in the next level. So that's what I would like to pass on a message to community, that, this is one small life, beautiful life, find out what moments you cherish and, continue cherishing those moments and invest more in and dream big. Don't dream small.
Awesome, dream. Yes.
बस मैं एक ही बात बोलूँगी हमारी कम्युनिटी को कि आज़ाद एंड आज़ाद रेडियो एंड फनेशिया आर टुगेदर, सपोर्ट अस, एंड हम यहाँ पे बैठे हैं कम्युनिटी के लिए. कम्युनिटी कम्स एट वेरी फर्स्ट लेवल बिफोर इवन सक्सेस. अगर कम्युनिटी हमारे साथ है, अगर हम उनके साथ हैं, तो ये सक्सेस तो आनी ही है. तो बस हम ये बोलते हैं कि जब फनेशिया बोलता है कि 104.9 पे वी हैव 1 मिलियन लिसनर्स, आई वुड से दैट वी आर फैमिली ऑफ 1 मिलियन पीपल एंड वी वांट टू कंटिन्यू. ये जो हमारा प्यार है एक दूसरे के लिए, कम्युनिटी के लिए, ये जो हमें केयर है कम्युनिटी के लिए, इसके लिए प्लीज़ रीच आउट टू अस. इफ़ यू फेस एनी डिफ़िकल्टी, इफ़ यू हैव एनीथिंग टू शेयर, प्लीज़ रीच आउट टू अस एंड वी आर अवेलेबल फॉर यू गाइज. एंड वी वांट टू मेक श्योर कि हमने जो प्रॉमिस किया है कम्युनिटी को कि गोइंग फॉरवर्ड वी आर गोइंग टू सर्व द बेस्ट, वी वांट टू कंटिन्यू.
Awesome, great.
So my message is very simple. Have faith in the goodness and the true intentions of others. Don't doubt. Have faith in yourself, have faith in us. And if you want to get entertained for all kind of funs that you can ever think of, entertainment, tune in. Funasia Radio. And if you want to say something, and if you want to listen to somebody and listen to some different points of view, as I mentioned that it can, an intellectual course, an intellectual discourse can change the course of our lives. So be a part of the conversation that is happening at Radio Azad, and for that you just have to tune into Radio Azad. Watch, listen, think, and make your life easier to live. It's your life. Don't go by the bumper sticker philosophies or needle point expressions. It's your life. You are responsible for it. These are your decisions. Every decision will have a kind of package deal with it. So stand up to what you believe in and what you have done, and then slowly and gradually try to be a better person. For me, the most important thing in my life is I consider myself a successful human being just because of one reason, because I've lived my life the way I wanted to live. So and we're trying to redefine things, easier way of living things, living your life. So to be a part of it. And क्या आदमी होंगे हम अगर हम इस दुनिया में आए, और जब हम इस दुनिया से जा रहे हैं तो हम इस दुनिया को making it a better place as we came in it before. So जाने से पहले दुनिया को थोड़ा सा बेहतर करके जब कोई एक मैसेज, अपनी लाइफ का एक मैसेज बना लें जो कि आपके बाद दुनिया आपको याद करे उस काम के साथ, और उसमें आप आहिस्ता आहिस्ता सुनते हुए समझते. और बहुत सिंपल सी चीज़ है, जो भी आप काम करें उसमें अचीव एक्सीलेंस, जस्ट दैट्स इट. मेरा और ज़िंदगी का कोई मकसद नहीं है. I'll to achieve excellence in what I'm doing. That's it. Rest is up to the world. Even this radio Azad also, मैं अपने साथ थोड़ी लेके जाऊंगा. ये किसी के पास जाएगा जिसको पता है ये क्या है. उसके पास ये आगे अगली जनरेशन के पास जाएगा जिसको पता है मैंने किस फिलॉसफी और विजन पे ये बनाया है. So कोई कुछ लेकर नहीं जा रहा है. It's just how the pessimist and the optimist both die in the end. But the way they live their life is totally different.
So, जीनिए अच्छे 100%, live your life, bringing the community together where your life matters. And thank you so much, Sam, Vaishali, and Azad. It was lovely talking to you, and we are all in for a treat. We know that the community is here supporting you, and I'm sure they're all listening and they are all watching us very closely.